Order at this time. Our first item on our public hearing tonight is a public hearing for ordinance number 2026-37. Mr. Stokes.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 2026-37, be it ordained by the Mayor and Council for the City of Fort Oglethorpe, a zoning amendment ordinance for tax parcel number 0003F001 Gross Crescent Circle, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia 30742, requested by the applicant Christopher M. Harris, Patty and Young Attorneys Law, LLC, for the owner, Catoosa County Public Facilities Authority, to rezone said parcel from an R3 zoning to a City of Fort Oglethorpe R5 zoning, to amend the official zoning map for the City of Fort Oglethorpe, to repeal conflicting ordinances and other related purposes. Is there anyone that would like to speak either in favor of or in opposition of ordinance number 2026-37? Go ahead, Mr. Harris. If you would, for the record, state your name.
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. Christopher Harris, on behalf of Public Facilities Authority. And essentially, this request was made pursuant to a meeting held by the Public Facilities Authority. And the goal here is to make the hospital property, both parcels, to make the property as marketable as possible to potential buyers who would, of course, at some point redevelop the property. Obviously, there's no firm plan yet on what's going to happen with the hospital buildings and the property itself, but the authority believes that this zoning classification would get the most available suitors to purchase and develop the property, and that's the reason for the request to R5. I'll be happy to answer any questions if council has any.
All right, so my understanding is that the Public Facilities Authority is going through an RFP process now.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Can you explain that briefly in terms of ultimately the PFA is going to hear from hopefully developers all over the state of Georgia and maybe outside the state of Georgia?
Correct. Correct. The authority has partnered with a company to help market and solicit those proposals from development partners from all over the state and hopefully the Southeast. And those proposals, I don't know if there are any yet, but those would flow through the authority, and they would go through the authority to weigh whatever those proposals would look like. And again, I don't know that there hasn't been any specific parameters put around those proposals that they're looking for. So I mean that property is sort of wide open. It's just my understanding that it's the belief of the authority just to make that property as marketable as possible, that the R5 zoning classification would make the most sense for potential developers for those two parcels.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak either in favor of or in opposition of ordinance number 2026-37? If you would, state your name and spell your last name when you go to the podium.
April Harvey, Harvey. As a neighborhood and the people who are closest affected, the Barnhart residents, it seems, why are we asking for something that we don't know what it is? And when we don't want apartments back there anyways, we know it needs to be redeveloped, but no one seems to think that the potential of 247 apartments in a single family home neighborhood just isn't a good idea.
Thank you.
If you would, state your full name and spell your last name.
Sally Beth Morris, Morris. I totally agree with April. The way my husband and I look at this, and those of us that care, if the city builds more apartments in the historic section, that's not what the city or the county needs to do. You will make more money if you do single-family homes in the 300s up. They have money to spend. They're going to pay higher taxes on their homes. That's good money for the city and the county. And we don't want to be known as, well, that apartment little town over there. And there's nice houses being built across from the emergency room, the old hospital. Billy does a good job. He's built a house for me. He does a really good job. A gated community would be really nice. And if you build those, you will have investors wanting to come in and say, what can we put in the old historic section of Fort Oglethorpe? I mean, that to me is a no-brainer. We've got so many apartments going in now in the county. Build them somewhere else, but not in the historic section. That to me is just defeating the purpose of who we are. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak either in favor of? Yes, sir. If you would, go up, spell your last name.
My name is Millard Ramsey, last name R-A-M-S-E-Y. Also, I live in Barnhart Circle, and I think it's just premature to start rezoning at this point. We don't, without even knowing what's going in there, to just go ahead and give a blank check to say we're going to go R5 doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I think that's what we're really here is just to decide whether it's appropriate to rezone now. It may be appropriate in the future. It may be appropriate to rezone at that point, but I don't think it's appropriate right now. I think that this is something that should wait until at least they have some firm offer.
Thank you.
Anyone else that would like to speak in favor of or in opposition of ordinance 2026-37? Ms. Moina, if you would, spell your last name.
M-U-I-N-A. I just think that our historic district is our biggest asset, and I think we ought to.
Ms. Moina, would you move the microphone down where we can hear? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think we ought to plan and be very picky about what we put in there, and rezoning it is going to attract developers that are just wanting to get the most money they can in that space. And I think maybe that's okay in other areas of the county, but I think our historic district is we need to, does it even fall in line with what our long-term plan is for that area? I mean, is it going to look how the citizens want it to look, you know? And I think that's what we need to think about. And I agree with everything they said. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there anyone else that would like to speak either in favor of or in opposition of ordinance number 2026-37?
Mr. Stoltz, could we have Taylor come up and
Sure.
explain, for the sake of the audience, explain what R5 is?
Yes, so in an R5, an outright allowed use is going to be townhomes, 7.5 per acre, a nursing home, assisted care facility, recreational use, and I believe group home. I'm not sure, it's like there's a number of adults that you can have in a group home. I think it's up to 24.
To be clear, though, this would not be apartments.
Yes, you cannot build an apartment complex in an R5.
It would be single-family residence.
Yes, townhomes, yeah.
Yeah.
So under the new UDC, the city's allowable apartments are under what's called a planned mixed use. That is an apartment dwelling, is a planned mixed use. So that's not the request in front of the council.
There's no contemplation for apartments. No, I just wanted to clarify that.
Mayor?
Item number 2 under public hearing is a public hearing for ordinance number 2026-38. Mr. Stokes.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 2026-38, be it ordained by the mayor and council of the city of Fort Oglethorpe, a zoning amendment ordinance for tax parcel number 60020036171 Hathaway Road, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, 30742, requested by the applicant Christopher M. Harris, Patty and Young, attorneys at law, LLC, for the owner, Catoosa County Public Facilities Authority, to rezone said property from an R3 zoning to a City of Fort Oglethorpe R5 zoning to amend the official zoning map for the City of Fort Oglethorpe, to repeal conflicting ordinances and other related purposes. Mayor, this is the Walker County section of that property. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of, in opposition of this ordinance in relation to the Walker County section? Mr. Harris?
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. Again, Chris Harris, again, on behalf of the Public Facilities Authority. Again, same idea with the previous parcel. This R5 designation gives the authority the potential for the most marketability for this property. I'll be happy to answer any other questions based on.
So that ties into the other part? Okay.
The Walker, this is the Walker County side.
The hospital splits the county, is split by the county.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Anyone else would like to say anything else in regard to this particular? Yes, ma'am. Go right on up. State your name again, please.
April Harvey, Harvey. I think this whole, like, this is an R5, I think it just sort of proves sort of the confusion and that we shouldn't be zoning something when we don't exactly know what it is. And I think the historic board did suggest that we wait and not blank check a development, as Paula said, and what should be the jewel of the city. When we don't know what we're voting, you know, like, the confusion to me makes it more of a point that we should slow down and wait and see what the different offers are before we do a blank rezoning.
Thank you.
Is there any other comments with respect to this particular ordinance 2026-37? Yes, ma'am.
It was my understanding that this would allow up to 247 doors. I mean, you can call them townhomes, but, you know, it's a fancy way of saying apartments, I think. Kind of the same thing, aren't they? But that's what bothers me about all of it, you know, is the townhomes. You know, I would rather see individual homes there and architecture that matches, and that's hard to do with townhomes, you know, and that's my only issue is the townhomes and that. And it would be nice to have proposals to see, because once they're built, that's it, you know, and we have to be really careful, I think, about how we plan for that area, because you can't take it back once it's up. But that's fine.
Thank you.
Any other comments, pro or against ordinance 2026-37? Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. That concludes our public hearing for tonight. This time we'll call our regularly scheduled council meeting to order. Mr. Stoltz, if you would, please call the roll.
Mayor Earl Gray?
Here.
Councilman Jim Childs?
Here.
Councilman Craig Crawford?
Here.
Councilman Derek Rogers?
Here.
Council Lady Rhonda? James?
I'll answer anything.
And I promise, okay. Council Lady Mayor Pro Tem?
We're both here. It's
Right here.
okay. We're both here.
Full house.
Full house.
Let the record show we do have a quorum for tonight's meeting. This time we do our invocation and our pledge. Mr. Rogers, if you would, please do the invocation. Mr. Crawford, lead us in the pledge.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for your love. Thank you for all you've done for us. Thank you for this city, Lord. Thank you for the opportunity that we have to serve. Thank you for our citizens. Give us wisdom as we conduct the business of the people. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time we set the agenda for tonight's meeting. Ms. Hume, do you have any modifications?
No, Mr. Mayor, I do not.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved, sir.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Dennett, second by Ms. Childs. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Agenda is set. Next item on the agenda is the minutes from our previous council meeting. Members of council have had an opportunity to review the minutes from our June 22nd meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second. Motion by Mr. Childs, second by Mr. Crawford. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is appearances. Mr. Wells, Mr. Holder.
Prime time.
Well, you're both on here.
Yeah, why not?
I don't even. State her name and everything? James Wells, W-E-L-L-S.
Steve Holder, H-O-L-D-E-R.
Well, the reason we're here tonight is to talk about the traffic and what's going on the Eaton Circle and Stovall. According to what we've been told before, a few years ago, any road that dead ends into a throughway is a stop street. Stovall stops dead in front of my house. Now, in the 60s and 70s, T.G. Hickson across the street from us was the mayor. The stop sign was on Stovall like it's supposed to be. He had it moved to Eaton Circle because people would stop, squeal the tires, and wake him up. It's been there ever since. Now, people will come up Stovall, you know, Greg knows, you know, they'll come up Stovall and stop. There's no stop sign. They'll come up through Eaton, 35, 40 miles an hour now, right on through. They don't even slow down. Make it a two-way or a three-way stop. It don't matter. But we got to do something. And the other thing is, the mini bikes and go-karts are getting totally out of hand. Anything under 50 cc's. Yesterday I watched two guys, about 18, 19-year-old. One of them was on a red mini motorcycle. Came around the corner at Stovall, all the way down.
No helmet.
Side to side, no helmet, no nothing. The other one had a fat tire bike. I've got one like it. It's a 90 cc. He had wheelie bars on the back. He hit Charles Ramsey's driveway. He raised it up and rode it all the way down to Stovall on the back wheel. I understand that, you know, like I was telling Craig earlier, we understand people having fun. But now, no lights, no helmet, no insurance, no license for it. They hit your car, who's paying? Because they ain't got no insurance. There's a little boy that lives somewhere around the neighborhood, about 12. He's got a little mini dirt bike, helmet. He sits on the front porch all the time. I'm outside working. He's gone. He never slows down. Then he'll come back down, go down Stovall, go around the lane, come back. And up the track, back to the traffic, the other day, we've given the police officers permission to sit in our driveway. Just sit there. You don't have to drive tickets, just sit there. Come sit on front porch, we'll pop cold, you know, cold water, cold water. You don't get no alcohol at my house. Cold water, iced tea, soft drink, whatever. Just sit there and watch. He pulled up, I was at the store, he knocked on my door, I wasn't home. He was going to sit in my driveway. He was going back to his vehicle in my driveway, full uniform, SUV. Two girls blew the stop sign. The stop sign from here to Craig away from my driveway. They blew it. He backed out, got after them. They blew the stop sign at Lane and Pegram and Eaton. He pulled them over on Forest, on the S curve. I was coming back. My windows was down. I slowed down. He asked them for their license, and she said, why? He said, do you realize you just went through 2 stop signs? She said, where? And we get white lines painted across at the stop signs. Something, because people are moving into the neighborhoods. Them signs don't mean anything. We've got one speed limit sign on a stove off, 10 feet in the air. Half the people that live around here can't tell you what the speed limit is.
We don't have any on Eaton, sir.
We don't have any on Eaton.
Used to. Used to have 2 of them.
Can you put on the stop sign, put a speed limit sign under it? Is that against the law?
It is.
It is.
I know about your shenanigans.
It's up to you now.
Well, kind of echoing what he says, I wake up all hours of the night. And I may be on my front porch at 4 o'clock in the morning drinking coffee in the house that I was born and raised in. Okay? My parents passed and I got the house. Yeah, like I said, I remember when the road was gravel and then tar and gravel. We used to try to roller skate on it, but anyway. And I know traffic's different now than what it used to be, okay? But I can name the cars that come by in front of my house in the mornings, at least 40. There's 2 of them that do 40. I know they ain't a doubt in my mind. That stop sign don't even need to be there because they ain't gonna stop. They just right on through it, heading to work. Now, when it was brought up about more patrols, for about 10 days, it was wonderful. You'd see a police car at 2 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the evening. There was even one of them come around Stove-On. He parked down there with his lights off. I know he had his lights off. The guy that runs it every morning at 5 o'clock, he made a mistake because he run that one at 5 o'clock. And when the officer come up and made the turn on Eaton, he blew the one at Pegram like he always does. So I know he got a ticket for 2 stop signs. That was great, because now the same car, he stops at every stop sign. Because I'm on my porch watching him. I'll tell my wife, here he comes, watch him. And he'll stop, I don't care if there's anything coming, and he'll go on. The speed is one of the worst things. We used to have speed limit signs, we used to have children that played. Don't know whatever happened to them, but they ain't there no more. Not that it's going to do any good, but I can go around Eaton Circle as fast as I want to. And he's going to pull me over and tell me I was speeding. I'm going to say, where? There ain't no speed limit sign out here. Am I right?
Correct. There's the speed limit sign. To interrupt on one thing, to get back to it, about 9 years ago, 2 police officers sat in Butch Klein's driveway next door to me. 2 weeks. They could sit there 2 or 3 hours. And they told me, I said, did y'all get any? In 2 weeks, they wrote 27 tickets for running the stop sign and 31 tickets for speeding. 2 weeks, 2 or 3 hours a day.
So what's happened to that?
That was 18 years ago.
So what's happened to that? I mean, I know Pegram Circle and all these places need stuff, but the part that kills me is when the officers come up Stove-On. I can bet you $1 on how many of them's going to turn left. They don't never turn right, just right around Eaton Circle, just let themselves be seen.
Just the other day,
You know, I mean,
I was sitting on the front porch talking to him on the phone. Fire truck was coming back from lunch or something, and it came up Stovall and locked his brakes up because a Chevy Silverado running.
yep.
And I mean, that guy hit his brakes hard enough it threw him forward. Now, if he'd have been on the run. So, not saying you gotta do something, but boy, sure would be nice. Maggie, we talked to her a few minutes ago across the street from him. Her son has an electric scooter. He can't ride it. They won't let him on the road because there's a guy out the street that blows by their house 30, 40 mile an hour. He don't care what time of day it is. He's gone.
Yep.
Gone. And like I said, all it would take an hour a day. Just let me know you're coming. I'll open my gates. And one of the police officers said, well, you have to be visible 500 feet. You can see all the way down Stovall. You can see, sitting in my driveway, you can see both corners. You're not hid by no trees or nothing. But like I said, that other cop the other day knocked on my door, and he was in uniform, walking to his truck. And the girls blew the stop sign, and the truck sitting there, not 10, 15 feet away from the doggone thing. They're not paying attention. They don't care. And if you look at the ones that they're going to get, the ones got Tennessee tags.
Yeah, that's,
People are moving in. I'll drive the way I want to.
and never changing their tags.
And never changing tags.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all letting us.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And we do.
Yeah, it's in
Mr.
y'all's,
Wilson, Mr.
ball's
Holder.
in y'all's court. Craig can tell you, he used to live there. He used to live next door to me. Well, he used to live between us. I'm on this side, he was on this side.
Gentlemen, we appreciate you coming tonight, and I've talked with Jeff Long, our Public Works Director. Now, in order for us to put a stop sign in place, we do have to do a traffic engineering study, but we're prepared to do that in that area. Jeff and I had sort of talked about that a week or two ago, and putting the strips down, but all that has to be done in conjunction with the traffic engineering study. But there are a couple of places in the city that kind of experience this too, and Jeff's got those labeled out too. So we'll get to work on looking at the feasibility in that.
Traffic engineering. Asked you, Jeff, right here. Is that where you put the strips across the road?
No.
It's not.
It's a certified engineer to study the traffic
Okay,
flow.
because I was gonna say, if y'all gonna put down the counters, that is not gonna tell you, that'll tell you how many cars.
No,
Yeah.
that won't be what the traffic engineering study does. The traffic engineering study just kind
Flow
of
of traffic.
talks about how the flow of traffic is. And so you have to do that before you put a sign out, just because there's some uniform code.
Yeah.
And so, but we're prepared to do that, and with that would potentially come the strips on the road that say stop. Not the strips you're talking about that count traffic, though.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, the ones that count the traffic that you run over, that'll tell you how many cars pass, but it won't tell you if they run the stop sign, and it won't tell you how fast.
We won't be doing that.
But,
That's what cops are for.
yeah, that's what cops are for. But, the thing, that too, somebody's gotta be present there to see it. I mean, like I said, anytime you wanna come over to my house, knock on my door, if I'm there, sit on the front porch, I'll get some water, we'll get sweet tea, we'll sit right there and we'll watch.
I know you want us to come over. We appreciate that very much.
Do a party.
But we will definitely do extra patrol in that area too. Well,
Well,
the
now,
chief
if you
already.
remember, what was it, last year, year before last? You and Jeff come over and talk to me? We were standing at the fence, and a lady blew the stop sign and us standing there. I mean, and that one right there, the look on her face was just, wow, you know? I mean,
I guess you got your point across.
yeah. That's your thing. Well, Officer Keith, I think it was Officer Keith, was wanting to come over and knock on the door. I'm leaving.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Bye.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
I apologize.
Next under appearances, Miss Mowena.
Hello again. I'm Paula Mowena. Ebuna. I'm a resident of Barnhart Circle in Fort Oglethorpe. And thank you for your time and consideration this evening, and thank you for your service. I would like to start by reading an excerpt from a letter addressed to the Catoosa County Commissioners from the President and CEO of the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation regarding saving the historic Old Post Hospital. We recognize that rehabilitation of a building of this scale presents challenges, but we believe its historic significance and prominent location offer tremendous opportunities for a creative redevelopment project. Incorporating preservation considerations into the sale process, whether through purchaser selection criteria, preservation easements, deed restrictions, or other appropriate mechanisms, could help ensure that this irreplaceable landmark remains an asset to Catoosa County for the future. The Georgia Trust encourages the county to work collaboratively with interested stakeholders to identify a preservation-minded path forward. Thank you for your thoughtful consideration of this important matter and for your stewardship of one of Georgia's most significant historic places. Sincerely, W. Wright Mitchell, President and CEO. I believe we should look at this situation as an enormous opportunity instead of looking at it as a burden. The historic district of Fort Oglethorpe, including the Old Post Hospital, have the potential to be a huge destination for heritage tourism. With its 34 historic buildings and its proximity to Chickamauga National Military Park, which has approximately 1 million visitors each year, our historic area is a municipality stream. Most towns have one or two historic buildings or landmarks that are historically significant on a local level, and they work hard to promote them. We have 34 buildings that are historically significant on a national level. The National Park Service states that one of the most overlooked aspects of historic preservation is its economic impact. Studies show that historic buildings significantly boost local economies through tourism, job creation, property value enhancement, and community revitalization. Beyond direct financial gains, historic buildings strengthen community identity and quality of life. Vibrant historic districts foster a sense of place, attract residents and businesses, and encourage cultural engagement, which indirectly supports economic stability and growth. I understand that the current state of the Old Post Hospital is not good, with rumors that it has black mold and asbestos and is beyond repair. While it's very unfortunate that it is in this disrepair, it does not justify demolition. The City of Chattanooga has been restoring and renovating its historic buildings for years and often comes across these same obstacles, with many of its historic buildings having to be completely gutted. I have been in contact with Ms. Mounier at the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation, and there are many resources available to help save and restore the Old Post Hospital. She advised me to apply for the Places in Peril program, as she felt that the Old Post Hospital would be an excellent candidate for it, so I did. Unfortunately, it will not be awarded until February. Ms. Mounier had some questions in which I did not have the answers for, so I thought I would ask them tonight. What steps has the city taken to try to protect the Old Post Hospital from demolition? And what steps does the city plan to take from this point forward to try to protect the Old Post Hospital from demolition? The community overwhelmingly wants this building saved, and we have over 750 signatures so far from some of those citizens. We ask that the city please work with the county to have the property divided to protect the hospital and allow it to be marketed through places where it can be seen by investors who are willing and capable of restoring it. The Georgia Trust is a perfect example of an ideal place to market it. And I have included a building that they are currently marketing, the old Griffin Hospital, and you can see it was built in 1910 and it's completely gutted. It's on the back of the Places in Peril. I spoke with two of the county commissioners, and they seem open to the idea of dividing the parcel and even potentially donating the hospital to save it. And I have included the parcel of the hospital with the hospital circle. The Old Post Hospital is one of the most important, irreplaceable assets in our community and one of the most historically significant buildings in Georgia. Please do everything that you can to save it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is ordinances. Item number 1, first reading of ordinance number 2026-37. Mr. Stokes.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 2026-37 be ordained by the Mayor and Council of the City of Fort Oglethorpe, a zoning amendment ordinance for tax parcel number 0003F001 Gross Crescent Circle, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia 30742, requested by the applicant Christopher M. Harris, Patty and Young, Attorneys at Law, LLC, for the owner, Catoosa County Public Facilities Authority, to rezone said parcel from an R3 zoning to a City of Fort Oglethorpe R5 zoning, to amend the official zoning map for the City of Fort Oglethorpe, to repeal completely ordinances and other related purposes. Mayor? 6171 Hathaway Road, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia 30742, requested by the applicant Christopher M. Harris, Patty and Young, Attorneys at Law, LLC, for the owner, Catoosa County Public Facilities Authority, to rezone said parcel from an R3 zoning to a City of Fort Oglethorpe R5 zoning, to amend the official zoning map for the City of Fort Oglethorpe, to repeal completely ordinances and other related purposes. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. Next item on the agenda is new business. Item number 1, request for a new alcohol beverage license for Food Saver. Mr. Stokes.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an application by Jennifer Bonin, I hope I pronounced that correctly, for Food Saver, which is located there on Lafayette Road. This is an application for retail package of malt beverages. It has been approved by the city staff. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. I have a motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Child, second by Mr. Crawford. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 2, request for a new alcohol beverage license for the Post General Store. Mr. Stokes.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an application by Amy Faulkner with respect to the Post General Store located at 2862 Lafayette Road here in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. This is a application for on-premises consumption for malt beverages and wine. The city departments have reviewed the application and approved same.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. I have a motion to approve.
So moved, sir.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Stinnett, second by Mr. Rogers. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 3, request for a new alcohol beverage license for Lazada Tequila. Mr. Stokes.
What he said. This is an alcoholic beverage license for Mr. Saquito. This is an application for 107 Crylock Drive there here in Fort Oglethorpe. It is an application for the sale of on-premises consumption for malt beverages, for wine, and distilled spirits. The departments have reviewed the application and all are approved.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. I have a motion to approve.
So moved, sir.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Stinnett, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 4, request to change the traffic pattern at the Costco fuel location. Miss, who we got here? Saltzman?
Libby Saltzman, AEC, and then my last name, Saltsman. So this is for the Costco Fort Oglethorpe fuel relocation. The permit was approved, and this is for approval of a revision to include a dedicated right turn lane into the new fuel facility location at the Costco. And I also brought this here. It's just a blow up of the plan and what we're proposing, which is just this right turn lane into the fuel facility. See it? And then the result will be that some of the right-of-way will be dedicated to the city after it's constructed. And then this is also our traffic engineer for any questions you might have regarding the traffic patterns.
Yep. My name's Nicole Silvestro, last name Silvestro. And if you want, I could give you a quick overview of traffic. If you guys had any questions, it's up to you on how you want me to run through it.
Yep. I'd like to see
An overview, yeah, please. Perfect. So as Libby mentioned, the overall permit was approved. It's just for this right turn lane that we're adding that wasn't previously included in that approval for the permit. And then for the right turn restriction. So currently out here, this four-way intersection is fully stop control. So all approaches accessing the intersection have to stop. And then this is Costco Drive coming right off of Cloud Springs. And inbound to the intersection, it is fully stopped with two separate lanes, one for left turns and one for right turns. And then it aligns with Costco's existing site driveway that in existing condition provides full access, so you could enter Costco at that approach or exit both left and right. So under the proposed, and this is part of an overall larger improvement that we have along the roadway corridor, but we're significantly reducing movements at that intersection to improve both queues, delays, and overall safety. So now when cars come out from Cloud Spring Road, they'll have unobstructed flow. We're removing that stop sign, so currently you'll see backups up to Cloud Spring Road because they're stopping. And with those two lanes, the left turn and the right turn, it's not always clear whose turn it is to go, and sometimes they're hesitant to kind of come out onto the opposing eastbound and westbound traffic. And then additionally, this right turn lane into the fuel facility gives them a safe pocket to, it's already 25-mile-an-hour on the roadway. We don't see super high speeds on this road, but it gives them that option to merge into for storage as they're accessing the fuel facility. I know in the review,
So how are those people going to get into Costco, though?
so we are, and I'm sorry I said I'm just going, but we do have an overall larger improvement project going on, and this is still under review, and again, tonight's just for that small part of this overall improvement, but just to give you that overview, we are updating the existing access, so this is where the fuel facility is today, and we are improving, we're adding an additional driveway that's not here today, we're converting what's existing egress for the fuel facility to be ingress only, and then there's going to maintain that for the easternmost driveway to the warehouse. So as you'll see, we do anticipate a lot more cars coming through. We're adding protected left turn lanes at these driveways to accommodate for that increase over on Easter. But again, it's pushing the traffic further along Cobb Parkway, so we won't see as much congestion, and overall, like, just safety is going to be improved over by Costco Drive at that driveway because of these two approaches no longer conflict. They're both going to be restricted to right only.
So if you come out of the fuel center now,
Over here.
you won't be able to go left. You're gonna go to one lane?
So in the existing fuel facility location,
Yeah.
it will be turned to parking, and you still can turn left. This is a new driveway we're proposing, and then at the new fuel facility, it'll have both left and right turn.
But you're still gonna have 4 lanes going towards, what's the tractor place down there?
Down on Cobb.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a left turn lane that supports Costco, so movements left turns into Costco. You'll still carry a through lane, and then you'll have one lane going back towards Cloud Springs to Scruggs.
The new exit you're talking about, though, you said you could not turn left?
Sorry, we're now, just to put into perspective where we're going to say, all of the access modifications that we're here tonight for approval is by the new fuel facility. So we're restricting this is Cloud Springs Road, and then the ramp that comes off, that's the Costco Drive, it's called. that's where we're restricting right only, so you can't turn left towards Scruggs there, which no one really, it's not a very popular movement. The bigger conflict and what you see more is people going through to go straight into the Costco. Now they would just be redistributed to turn right and then use one of the 3 left turn lanes into one of the alternative driveways.
Yeah, so when you leave Costco, you can still go right
Yep,
out of
yeah.
that and go.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's going to be one lane from where the, going towards Scruggs Road around Cobb Drive, when you get that, is what you're proposing.
I don't see that on there.
So this is Cloud Spring Road, this is that ramp that enters.
Where's Scruggs Road at?
Right here.
It'd be
Okay.
over.
So it would be at the bottom.
He's talking about Cobb Parkway. You're saying that Cobb Parkway is not going to change. You're still going to be able to go
Yeah, the only
either
difference is
direction.
right now there's 2 through lanes and we're gonna make one of them left turn lanes just because we're anticipating seeing more traffic for possibly utilizing those driveways because we're eliminating this through movement.
But you can still go either way.
Correct, yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're not,
You can come down to the bottom of Scruggs Road,
yeah, loop all the way around.
but you're not changing, because it's what, 2 lanes each?
Yeah, we're not restricting any movements along Cobb Parkway.
Well, you're changing
So-
one if you're making it a right turn only. You're obviously changing one.
Not in this section, I'm saying south of the
Well,
site.
I'm not talking
We're
about
changing.
that one.
Which one are you talking about?
We're turning this lane,
Yeah.
the ramp, to right turn only. So the only difference is if you're coming off Cloud Spring Road, you can't go straight through
Okay,
the Costco
yeah.
because we're making this egress only, and you can't come in to make a left. That's not a very popular movement. We did studies, it's very low volume that does that existing. And if anyone wanted to, like you mentioned, you could utilize Scruggs Road, Cobb Parkway to go all the way around and get back to Scruggs
So
Road.
you're gonna have to go all the way around to get into the Costco parking lot.
All the way around to a new driveway we're proposing right
Right.
here. Yep. but
So
then
you're
we're providing
eliminating
a
that
left
one
turn.
entrance.
We have 1 and 2 ingress points over here, and then this is also going to be a third existing, it's egress only, but we'll have 3 ingress driveway options along.
And you're closing that one, okay.
Yep.
No, but you can still go out that one.
We're closing it to
Go
ingress.
out, I got you.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you know how many new pumps will be there?
How many?
New pumps will be there.
Yep, it's going to be a 4x4 facility, so it'll have 32 pumps in total.
What about the, Jeff?
Yes.
What about the sewer thing you was talking to us about?
Yeah, one of my questions, Jeff Long, City of Fort Oglethorpe Public Works Director, is the concern, and I'll pass y'all somewhere else. Is the concern here, this is the existing curb and gutter. You got storm catch basin here. What is going to happen to it?
So that storm catch basin is gonna be converted into a junction box, and then there's gonna be another storm junction box at the new crib. So this is just gonna get converted to a junction box, another one's gonna get installed, and then it's all going in the same direction.
Okay, the problem is, this is the existing sewer right at the back of the curb and gutter, so there's no room for a junction box
So it's,
to be put in.
it's gonna be right here, and then the storm structure is gonna be back this way.
Okay, so where is
So
this
the
water and the
sewer is
water
up
coming
here.
from around here that this is currently catching?
It'll get pitched towards this way, and then that will be where it gets caught, and it won't have any impact on the existing sewer or water.
Okay, I didn't see any on the plans that when I was looking at them today.
Okay, I have a full set over there.
Yeah, that's what I looked
Okay.
at, the one that we got Friday, but,
We can follow up with more details on that too.
okay.
if that's-
And Jim, I think on yours, you're currently have 2 lanes that's coming, going east, and then around the curve heads north. So one of those lanes from the plans will go away all the way to the property line where the old Cabela's, and am I not correct there?
So, yeah, can you see, I'm sorry, I was facing.
Okay.
So, we're gonna have 1 lane in, but then right after the curve, those will just become dedicated left turns, but the through lane will continue
through,
through.
yeah.
Yep.
And I guess my concern of that is the road was designed for the construction of the whole development on Cobb Parkway would be the traffic, because you've still got some empty lots there, plus the Cabela sitting being, okay.
So I was just grabbing, we did
Yes.
do traffic counts in this area just to understand the existing volume, and it was very low. So I just wanted to pull those numbers just so you were aware
Yeah.
to alleviate some of that concern. The highest peak period that we studied was the Saturday during a peak time, so we'll go out for a few hours just to understand like peak conditions and what traffic looks like. And under existing conditions, at that intersection, we saw only 64 cars going through past the Costco. So right now, under how it's currently developed, we don't anticipate that being an issue,
Yeah.
reducing it to one lane, and then it would be under the understanding that if any future development came, they would have to go through the traffic study and approval process. So they would ultimately have to redesign or understand what that impact would have to accommodate.
Yeah,
that
and that's what I'm looking at is the future.
Yeah,
of
it's
the
6, 7
empty lots
acres
that we've
there.
got. Yeah, we've got 6
Yeah,
or 7
you're
and then
restricting it
small
to
lot
future
owners.
development's what you're doing.
Yes. And am I correct by saying that when y'all do the second phase, there will be no left turn, so you cannot go northbound out of Costco, everything has to go to the right?
Correct, but most people leaving Costco were seen, if you see right now, an existing at that location, there were only 5 cars that made a left out there anyway. So 174 were making it right out. It's a really underutilized movement, which is why. And
Yeah, but a lot of
Costco-
cars go to Tennessee out the other way. Myself, I could do it all the time, just not to have to fool with the intersection, but
Yeah, it's more likely that they would utilize a different on-site driveway to do that movement. Again, Costco doesn't want to limit the movements from their members. They want to make sure that people that are visiting the warehouse can go where they want to go after. So this was all done in coordination with the management and the team at Costco. They've been there since 2010, I believe, this warehouse has been there. So we know the traffic patterns, and Costco doesn't want to do anything that would ultimately decrease member improvement or satisfaction. So this all was taken into consideration.
do y'all have any?
Yeah, I think we need more time to look at this.
And we definitely need to see drawings with where you're
Yeah.
taking care of that storm drain, that sewer.
Yeah, we just,
So just to come, this meeting today, and what we're here for, the approval for the permit is just for, like I mentioned, that existing right turn lane. The overall traffic improvement plan is still being reviewed and has potential to be commented on. We can work with this board if that's something that you're interested in, but I think for the purpose of tonight's meeting was really just that right turn lane. Is there still concerns with that right turn lane?
That's where the sewer and storm drain is.
Which has already been
There.
started without approval.
Yeah.
So we did have a permit to construct the fuel facility. It's just this right turn lane was added after that approval, not the review. We didn't do any right of way work yet, so we're waiting to,
Yes.
for the pavement.
The curb and gutter has already been put in for a turn lane.
But no pavement or any asphalt.
No, but I mean, that's part of the permit.
Yeah, so that was done in anticipation, but that is on our property. So nothing has been done in the right of way.
I still think we need to look at it.
Is that a motion, Mr. Child?
Yes.
I have a motion to table this request for the traffic pattern.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Mr. Child?
To table it? Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Yes, Ms. Stinnett. All right. We'll table it to our, how long y'all anticipate getting the drawings that's showing what we need?
So can I just ask for clarification? Is it this stormwater now that's concerned, or is there still a traffic regarding the
Well,
right?
we need a drawing of what you're gonna do to correct it, number one. And number two, we need to inspect it before we approve it.
Those drawings were provided, correct?
Yeah, so this is our permit revision has gone through 2 review cycles, and so our last comments back were from 7/8, and it was approved as noted, and so we resubmitted those plans to the city as approved as noted from the permit revision process.
We didn't approve it, did we?
The
Well-
permit was issued by Catoosa County.
The
correct,
permit
Dave?
was through Catoosa County and has to be approved by this board.
The permit is with the city of Port Oglethorpe, and then it was reviewed by a third party. But we submitted to the city.
Have you seen that?
So Philip Schofield, as I told you all, Taylor, you want to come up and talk about this process a little bit? So the permit process for this plan was approved by Catoosa County, right?
For the fuel station, yes. That was
Yeah, nothing to do with the road.
No,
Correct.
yes.
Oh, sorry. Maybe we're talking about the building permit is Catoosa County, but the engineering plans are the city. They were approved, yeah.
For which part?
For the fuel facility, not like the actual structure itself.
So so CTI approved them, but that doesn't issue them approval.
Yeah, I think we'll talk to you later about it.
So it went through, our CTI reviewed the revisions and came back several times, and they worked together on getting to this plan. This is what we
But
said.
that's not the same as the issuance of a permit.
Yes, the
It is
issuance
not.
of a permit, that was with Catoosa County. Catoosa County issued them a building permit, which we do sign off on for zoning, stormwater, and sewer.
All right, this council's voted to table it.
So are
I'm
we
gonna table it.
To the next meeting? Or
I'm gonna table it to our first meeting in August, which is
The 10th.
August the 10th. And then we will hear it again on August the 10th.
Okay, and then the plans you provided to Taylor, I'm just wondering what else you need to see on our end to prep for that meeting. Since we provided.
And after the meeting, or right now, if you would like to take them back to the council room, she will tell you what, and Mr. Long will tell you what we're gonna need. Is that okay?
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 5, recommendation to appoint members to the Preservation of Stories and Times Incorporated Board. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you. This is the recommendation of Gabrielle Green and Margaret Spear to the Board of the Preservation of Stories and Times. The Post Board, it's a nonprofit entity that's dedicated to the conservation of Port Oglethorpe's artifacts and history. The Post Board has 2 vacancies on its 7-member board. Gabrielle Green has been recommended to fill the seat vacated by Mr. Bob Dial, who's paying such close attention, trying not to make eye contact with me. Margaret Spears has been recommended to fill one of the vacancies created when the board voted to expand its members from 5 to 7. Ms. Green is a Port Oglethorpe resident. She's a community volunteer currently working with the Catoosa County Parks and Rec Department and the Catoosa County Library. Ms. Spear has lived in Catoosa County for the last 6 years, and she is the Chattanooga Engineering Group Chief of Staff. She is active in the community and was recently serving as a poll officer for Catoosa County for the last 5 years. And if approved, Ms. Green and Ms. Spear would both serve 2-year terms that would expire in July of 2028.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. I have a motion to approve.
So moved, sir.
Motion by Ms. Stinnett, second by Mr. Crawford. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 6, recommendation to renew the city's membership with the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you. The City of Port Oglethorpe is a member of the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission. That organization provides us resources and assessments to the city each year, develops joint comprehensive plans, helps us apply for grants. They help us with those applications, and over the last 3 years, the city has successfully worked with that entity to become more competitive in securing those outside funding opportunities. The yearly fee is based on population, so if approved, this membership will be renewed in the amount of $10,955 coming out of the general fund and will be renewed until June 30th of 2027.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. James, second by Mr. Crawford. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 7, recommendation to renew an intergovernmental mutual aid agreement with the National Park Service. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you. The City of Port Oglethorpe Police Department has maintained an intergovernmental agreement with the National Park Service for the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park that governs the actions of the National Park Rangers and the Port Oglethorpe police officers in and outside the boundaries of the military park that's located within our city limits. A renewal of this agreement will ensure that continued cooperation between the Fort Oglethorpe Police Department and the National Park Service Rangers. If renewed, this agreement would be in effect for the next 5 years.
Thank you, Ms. Hume. Have a motion to approve?
So moved, sir.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Stinnett, second by Ms. Childs. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 8, appointment of a permanent city clerk. Do you have a recommendation, Ms. Hume?
The council has recommended Kathy Bradley, our Assistant Finance Director, to serve as the clerk.
I make a recommendation.
Aye.
Welcome aboard. City Manager's report.
To that end, Kathy Bradley is a wonderful employee. I think she's going to do a great job. She's got some big shoes to fill from Carol Murray, but she's going to do a great job. I'm excited that she will be serving as the clerk. And then the only other thing I've got is to turn it over to Bobby Daniels to tell us about some exciting events for the rest of this month.
So if there's one thing that the Economic Development /Event/ Community Outreach Department can do is throw a party. And we've got 2 of them coming up really the next couple of weeks. One of them is this Friday night. It's a free concert. It's called Stage at the Stable. Absolutely free live music from Remembering January. They were a big hit last year at Labor Day at the Post. And a special guest, One for the Road. Again, admission is free, but we will have some food trucks there. So you'll come in and enjoy a free show. And then we noticed earlier in the year that July the 25th fell on a Saturday, and that is exactly 6 months away from Christmas. So we thought, why not throw a little Christmas in July? So we're gonna do this in a week. We're gonna set up the skating rink. We're gonna put all the Christmas decorations out. I've got some snow machines. And Christmas music we're going to play that Saturday night, and it is absolutely free, so just come out and have fun with us. And that is Saturday night, July 25th, from 7 until 10, and of course all this information is available at letsgoforto.com. Anything else?
No, that's great. Okay.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yep.
That's it for me.
Thank you, Ms. Hume. Mayor and council comments? Come out and enjoy. Is that snow machine real? Is it enough ice to cool everybody down?
It's a real snow machine, but the snow's not.
Y'all come out and enjoy some community events at no charge. Mr. Child.
No comments.
Mr. Crawford.
I just like to thank everybody for coming out and showing your concerns for our city and making it in the best direction and the way y'all feel. And I appreciate all that. And James, I appreciate you. That's
Not good on public speaking, but
Mr. Rogers.
If we can get James on skates for Christmas in July, I'll come.
On a gravel road. Yeah, that was
that was Mr. Holmes.
Bring your own. Yeah.
That was Steve.
Thanks to Bobby again. I know I've said it before, but he's done such an incredible service for the city, being a member of, I don't know, everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So thank you for everything you've done for us.
Hanging out there on Labor Red Monday night.
Come on.
Come on.
Love that. Might put you on a few other boards. That's it. Congratulations to Kat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Miss James.
I don't have anything.
Miss Stinnett.
I'll have to echo what the guys said. I'm going to miss Bob Dial very, very much, working here at the city with so many things. And, yep, going to look forward to coffee with him one day, as you promised. And, James, your shenanigans are always great. Thank you for being here this evening. That's it, sir.
Next item on the agenda is adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Crawford, second by Mr. Childs. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.